Comrade Lamte Oriahi. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, fellow Nigerians, top of the moment to you. Greetings to you from wherever you are joining us from. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lamte Ikmomusa Oriahi. Uh, in addition to that, I am now known as Obedient Comrade Lamte Ikmomusa Oriahi, GCOO, Grand Commander of the Order of Obedience. Well, that's an aside. Tonight, we want to look at the issue that is currently shaking Nigeria, and many people already know. A lot of people are just knowing. Many will come to know. But now that this matter is raging, I thought that we need to do what we have to do. Today, I've taken my time today to talk to loads of people, and some of some of the decisions that people are reaching, some of them are not very encouraging. Because of the revelations made by the leadership of CUPP, Coalition of United Political Parties of Nigeria, talking of the leader, Barrister Ikenga. A lot of people today, I find, are beginning to lose faith in the process. The energy of so many persons, is getting hugely deflated. Particularly talking of, members of the obedient family and all of that, with many people resigning to fate to say that this is what they actually expected was going to happen, that this election was going to be rigged and all of that. I've looked around sample opinion across, and of course, I'm really happy that there are others who are ready to double their efforts to ensure that they do what they have to do. They are not dumping. I belong to that class. But I tell you the truth, when the news broke yesterday, yes, momentarily I was down. I was like, man, is this possible? But again, this is Nigeria. Nigeria is a place of magic where anything is possible. Look, I'm not going to be alone on this broadcast, but we're going to talk about this. It's very important. All through the day, I've been waiting to see if INEC will respond, if APC will respond, if Hope Uzodinma, who has been majorly fingered in the revelations, if he would respond. But there's been no response from any of these quarters and all of that. But the good thing is that this news is out there, and Nigerians right now are now pondering on what to do. Some are already reacting and all of that. And so we are here definitely to encourage the obedient supporters. That is primarily the case. Of course, to encourage us that we cannot allow our spirit to be dampened. Rather, we should be happy that this revelation is coming up now, so that we cannot begin to put pressure on the system, to ensure that these plans, if they are true, will not definitely, come to pass. If you're out there, you want to join me, you want to hear your opinion, you can actually call. Of course, I've equally, put a link out there on this video. You can click on that link and, just write your name. I think that's the only instruction you need to follow. And you will join me right here and let's have this discussion. Yes, just to encourage the obedience, family. First, we don't have any reason to be dumping. This is Nigeria. All of these things or similar things have been happening in previous elections. We don't know exactly, to what extent this practice has been on. But now that these guys, COPE leadership, CUPP leadership have revealed this, ours is now to act. But before we jump into this broadcast proper, Let me share, that particular, video, the press, statement released, conference where this information was released about the, plans, by APC, by INEC, some members of INEC colluding with APC, and of course, Hope Uzodinma, Imo State, a very, a big case in point that was used to open up this revelation. Let us see, the video, and of course, we can start the discussion from there. I want to give credit to Arise Television for this video. Just watch.
Bank compromise of the electoral register, falsification and upload of fake registration, move to nullify the use of the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS machine, complete takeover of INEC and the removal of its chairman from office, and traceable offenses of rigging the 2023 general election. The issues we shall address today go to the very foundation of the hope of our nation to hold credible, acceptable, free and fair general election next year. About 4 months ago, we intercepted credible intelligence about the grand design of the APC to compromise the 2023 general election and deny Nigerians their sovereign rights to freely choose their leaders. This intelligence was intercepted after the plan was shared in details to some of the APC governors and for them to play their own roles. We laid in wait, collected our hardcore evidence and proof, and today we believe that Nigerians deserve to know the kind of party that is running the affairs of our nation and the imminent threat that can destroy the 2023 general election. We are going to speak today on this compromise of the voter registration exercise, the secret court process to stop the use of BVAS for the 2023 general election, an advanced plot to cause leadership changes at the highest level of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. First of all, we commend the INEC leadership led by Professor Mahmoud Yakub and the Commission for the bold step of internal cleansing of the voter register, which they have commenced using the automated biometric identification system. However, we state that the discovery we have made goes beyond the case of double registration. It is a monumental compromise of the National Voters Register by chieftains of the ruling APC. Gentlemen, during the just ended continuous voter registration exercise, from our intelligence, some of the APC control states had access, I repeat, had access to INEC registration machines and conducted their own registration process. This time, not with human beings, they used hundreds of thousands of computer-generated photos and faces, passport photographs, calendars, photo albums, and in fact, any human face they could lay their filthy hands on, including the country and including outside the country and especially Africa. They went as far as Jamaica, New Zealand, and Brazil to pick photos and names. Knowing that a day like this will come and the press will ask questions, we painstakingly and very carefully monitor these people as they had authority and approval from the highest level of political leadership. So I tell you, we have here documentary evidence to show you. We have here documentary evidence to show you that what these people have done. We shall make them available to you so that you will see for yourselves. Gentlemen, let us explain to you that what these people did. These machines were to be located in various government houses or other designated places in the 22 states of the APC that were involved. They had trained personnel who were able to use only one fingerprint to register hundreds of thousands of persons. They had access into the system, and this fake registration have all passed through successfully into the database. We shall now use the register in Imo State to demonstrate what we have termed the Amuma magic, as this plot was cooked from Amuma and sold to the nation. The Imo State governor, my own state, is from Amuma ward in Oru East local government area of Imo State. In 2014, Amuma ward had barely 6,500 registered voters. In recent past, Oru is being the hotbed of insurgent activities of a non-government in the state, and with high level of insecurity, many residents have relocated from their ancestral homes. However, Omuma Ward, Governor Hope Uzodinma's ward, now have over 46,000 registered voters. And note that, that is the ward, we're talking about ward, not the local government. The ward alone now have 46 polling units. Then, I want to show this to you. Give me. Can zoom your camera. This is an extract from the voter register. When you go to Oru East Omuma Central School 2, you will see names like George Shidana, a man's picture and female agenda. You will see names like Ghana Koki, a man's picture and female gender. You will see a name like Gosigo Faith, a man's picture and female gender. If you go also to Omuma.
Okay, fellow Nigerians, I just this revelation, they are startling. They are really disturbing. Okay, but I want to encourage us. You know, I'm making this broadcast particularly because of the obedient supporters. We've started a process that is revolutionary, a process that we cannot, go back on. We are taking over Nigeria and we are handing Nigeria over to the real owners of Nigeria, and we cannot afford to be dampened. Today, I had a chat with a few persons, and they told me they've lost faith and that they are not going to vote at all, in this election because they consider that their vote is not going to count. The same old story is going to repeat itself. Look, let me assure Nigerians, let me assure everybody who's joining this broadcast that our vote will count. I think we should be happy, that we are getting revelations like this. And I think that revelations like this should spur us, not dampen us, should energize us more. As bad as these revelations are, I think they should encourage us more, particularly those of us that are committed to the obedient movement. It's very important that we should, we already know, many of us know that this was not going to be an easy process. We could see from, if we want to look at, the way things have been, developing, the only person on the field who is working, the only candidate who is making an attempt to reach Nigerians, who is negotiating with Nigerians, who is sampling the opinions of Nigerians, who is meeting Nigerians all across the world to bring them together, under one energy so that we can have this Nigeria, reborn, is Peter Obi, no other person. So it goes further to tell us that definitely, even before, these guys release this information, there would have been something on ground that is happening that the rest of us didn't know. If I take our minds back, many of us will recall that a couple of months back, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, told the world that the obedient supporters they are going to labor in vain. And now we are beginning to try to dot the I's and cross the T's. The kind of confidence, that some APC governors appear to be, expressing, even when they are not campaigning, even when they are not working, they are not reaching out to Nigerians. They sound like they've already called the results. So it presupposes that this election, as far as they are concerned, let the rest just go to make noise. Systematically, they may have rigged this election. That is, if what this man have come out to reveal is anything to go by. So that's their confidence. So if that's their confidence, and this is now being busted right now, it therefore means that instead of us being dampened, we should be happy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, another reason why I think that all of us should be happy, the obedient, supporters, is this. Arise TV sample opinion, they did some, polling, to look at sample opinions of Nigerians generally, to see where the pendulum appear to be swinging. I can tell you that the result of the poll should be very encouraging to everybody. You understand what I'm saying now? I mean, we're in September. We still have at least 5 whole months to get things sorted properly before we get to election day. Which means that this information coming out right now about infiltration into our next server, about that this man is, really not an every other thing. I think it's good. You understand? The white man says to know the disease is half cured. It's good. Right now, we are talking about this. Right now, we are going to try to teleguard INEC more. Right now, we are going to try to protect the polling units and the polling centers even more. Right now, we are going to want to know that the people accredited at every polling unit, okay, they are the people who vote, and the result of that will come out from each polling unit will be in tandem with the people accredited. So there are so many ways that these plans, if they ever existed, they will fail. So many ways. But just to talk about the poll that Arise News conducted, I have it here. Now, when you look at it, look at this, this poll conducted by Arise Television. I think this should encourage us really good. You understand what I'm saying now? Now, why should this encourage us? Just look at it now. Okay. Total poll, okay, let me start from Northeast. In the Northeast of Nigeria, somebody like Peter Obi, scored about 4% in the polling. Tinubu scored 18%. That is Northeast too. Atiku Abubakar scored 28%. That's Northeast. When it comes to North Central, okay, we could see that Obi scored 16% there. Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 16%, and Atiku Abubakar scored 9%. When it comes to Northwest, Peter Obi scored 8%, Bola Tinubu scored 15%, Atiku Abubakar scored 20%. That is in North now, okay? Now, when it comes to Southeast, Peter Obi scored 68%, okay? Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored 0%. 0%. Atiku Abubakar scored 1%. That is Southeast. When it comes to South, Peter Obi scored 46%. Bola Tinubu scored 2%. Atiku Abubakar scored 6%. When it goes to Southwest, Yoruba land and all of those areas, Peter Obi scored 12%. Bola Tinubu scored 18%. Atiku Abubakar scored 4%. At the end of the day, in totality, Peter Obi scored 21% of the total, poll sampled. Bola Tinubu scored 13%. Atiku Abubakar scored 13%. And if you look at it, it is with a difference of about 8 points. Okay, I tell you. A man without structure, a man who was not, who was written off in the very beginning to say, well, this will not get anywhere. Even today, some of them are living in, some of the supporters of Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, they are living in I don't know, they are living in a dream world, believing that this election is between Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar. You understand? And clearly what we can see is that Peter Obi is winning the election. If this election is conducted today, this is likely going to be the result. If a free, fair, credible election is conducted today, this is going to be the result. Now, why this is very encouraging is this. In the North that we are very much afraid of, okay? Now, we can see that in the North Central, Peter Obi is doing very, very well. Now, we now need to work on Northeast and, of course, Northwest. Now, if you come to Southeast, Peter Obi has won that clearly. If you come to South, Peter Obi has won that clearly. Nobody even near. Now, when you go to Southwest, where people even thought that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was going to be a commanding lead. You understand what I'm saying? It's not even a commanding lead. Peter Obi is already, measuring up. And very likely before December, Peter Obi will have more control of even the Southwest. So at the end of the day, overwhelmingly, this election is going to be won by Peter Gregory Obi. Let me take this caller. Hello. Hello, madam. You speak loud a bit.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Susan from United Kingdom.
Go ahead, man.
I did watch the video this afternoon, and to be honest with you, I wasn't too surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's expected,
Yes.
given the fact that we know what Nigeria is and the corruption.
Yes.
So all along, I've been having two questions, and these two questions were: what preventive measures did we have, to ensure these issues will not happen, will not come? And even if they come, as in what plans did we have?
Yes.
What sort of plan and structure did we have in place?
Yeah.
To ensure this doesn't happen. And then the second question is, if it happens, how do we intend to tackle it? Which has already now, which is what it is right now.
Yeah.
What do we have in place? What plans or what preventative measures do we have, like tackling this sort of issues?
Yeah.
As the obedient family.
Yes.
Do we have anything in place?
Yes.
At all?
Okay. Thank you very much, Susan, for your call. Yes, I will just end the call and we'll respond to these two questions. The first one is what preventive plan do we have? And of course, how do we tackle it if eventually it happens? Yes, these are very brilliant. To be honest, this is the reason why I'm having to do this broadcast and I'm having to continue like this. Lawrence Okwego, thank you very much for the stars you send in. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. It will go a long way. Lawrence, thank you so very much. Yes, I think this is the reason why we are doing this broadcast. But I'm doing this broadcast because I know that we have a lot of people out there that we need to encourage. We need to encourage and let us know that nothing is lost yet. Nothing at all, and we're not going to lose anything. Okay, the support that Peter Obi has is very overwhelming. You understand? In fact, it will be very difficult for any demon, no matter how much gang up. You understand what I'm saying? To break the back of the obedient movement. Now, the only thing that can break the back of the obedient movement will be the obedience themselves. Okay? Today, I am Obedient Comrade Lamtek Mahosa Oriahi, GCOO, Grand Commander of the Order of Obedience. Now, you must raise yourself to that level. I'm a Nigerian. I'm part of the story and part of the history. I am a frustrated Nigerian with the system, the same way most of us are. For the first time, there is a chance that we can see some light. And therefore, nothing will dampen my effort. And nothing, I believe, should dampen your effort out there. Every Nigerian who's believing in this process, every Nigerian who's believing in Peter Gregory Obi, every Nigerian who's believing that for once we can make this change happen. Please, if you are there, share this broadcast. It's very important because we need to encourage ourselves. I'm coming to the two questions asked by my sister. And how do we prevent this? Now, I said earlier, to know the disease is half cured. To know the disease is half cured. Thank God that this is coming to light. And I want to thank, Barrister Ikenga, for all the effort that CUPP have put together to get these things out there. Dumes, Frank, thank you very much. Godwin, Unduka, thank you. Undukwe, thank you very much for the stars you guys are sending. God bless, man. It will go a long way. Now, these are very fundamental things. Now, but if we didn't know, okay, and it just happened to take us by surprise, that would be a different case. Now that we know, now apart from the information already released by CUPP, okay, some of us now, we have now spread our minds even beyond the information released, because there may be some other things that the CUPP don't know. That there are some other plans that may be going on that people don't even know. Now, one of the things that I believe very strongly, please, if you are there, you want to join this broadcast, you want to air your opinion, you want to join this debate, okay, there's a link on this video. Just click on that link and follow the instructions. You will be right here with me. At least I can accommodate up to 10 people. Let's have this robust discussion, because I may not know it all. But one of the things I have in mind that I know that we can do, that we are even already planning for on our own privately, as comrades show, is that we have to teleguard the election. It means that, okay, for the young people that are going to be voting, every polling unit, we need to have extra people on the ground to protect the vote. Now, how do we protect the vote? And according to the what's it called, the electoral guidelines, and already told us that results are going to be transmitted from the polling units to the INEC server, which means that after the count of the result, normally election will start. They will accredit. I don't know how they are going to do, whether they are going to finish accreditation before they start voting, or they accredit and vote. But if they accredit 200 people, okay, the result must end up totaling 200. If they accredit 300 people, the agents of Labour Party must ensure that the results must tally to 300. Now, the good thing about this is that people will be around. If unit 1, a local government, for instance, Ward 10, Unit 1, okay, the polling units in that particular place, 100 people voted in that polling unit. By the time all the results are declared, even the ones that are void, okay, it's important that the totality of all of these results must not exceed the number of people accredited. And so, since the thing is going to go from that particular place where the result is declared and certified by all the agents, it will move from there to our next server. It therefore means that there we can begin to pick our own, evidences of the result that are coming from different polling units. So by the time anything changes midway, then we now have right to question how, which means that we are going to work as hard as we can to ensure that for every polling unit, results declared there must be online. It means that Peter Obi must have his own situation room. This we are going to communicate, where they will know anyway, but we will still communicate this to the what's it called, to the Labour campaign team. They must have their own situation room. They must collect their own results independently of what INEC is doing. It means that agents across the various polling units across the nation, okay, must transmit the final results to the situation room of the Labour Party. This must be after carefully checking that the people accredited to vote in every polling unit, they tally with the number of votes that come out from each of these polling units. Okay, this is one of the ways that we are going to render the infiltration into our next server invalid. You understand what I'm saying now? So, and Nigerians must be ready to protect their votes. Nigerians must be ready to ensure. Look, man, Labour does not have any structure or strength to even rig election. So we are confident that the movement, the obedient movement is overwhelming. The obedient movement, if election is right here today, Peter Obi is the president of Nigeria. And so therefore, we must keep Peter Obi as president of Nigeria for today, for tomorrow, for next month, for next 2 months, for December, for January, for February, until after the elections. It means that we must ensure that we keep pace with sustaining what's it called, this poll result that I just showed us just now, because that's actually a reflection of a cross-section of how the matter is. And so we must sustain that effort. And I know that right now we need to do well in places like what's it called, like Northeast, for instance. We need to do well in Northwest. You understand? North Central, we are sure to do well in North Central, because of the vice presidential candidate of Peter Obi and all of that. So we are looking at Northwest, Northeast, then we are seriously looking at Southwest as well. You understand what I'm saying now? While we are increasing our effort in all other areas. Okay? So the issue of what to do after, if anything happens that is suspected to have happened after the elections, that one is a thing that we really cannot determine. One thing I've come to notice in this process is that by December, every Nigerian, even those in opposition, in PDP and APC, they will already have concluded in their minds that this election is going to be won by Peter Obi. Now, there is a way that this movement will be by January. Even those powers that be will understand that if anything happens to the expected result of this election, Nigeria, nobody can determine what is going to happen to Nigeria. Let me not say strong words, because people will not have be part of a movement like this, part of a belief like this, part of an ideology like this, and get to election. Some handful of persons will just say they will truncate the process and make it favor one person that we can evidently prove, based on all that has happened, that person did not win the election. No, I don't want to say what is going to happen, but I can tell you that that may just mark the beginning of the end of some things that we don't want to talk about on air. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? Because I cannot go to what's it called now, to a local government, Ward 10, okay, where I'm from, and vote in an election, and probably in that my ward, okay, 3,000 people came to vote. Peter Obi got 2,850, and the rest got made up the others to, you know, make up all the people that are credited in that my ward. And at the end of the day, I got to find out in the, what's it called, the INEC server, that the result put there does not reflect what we have, you know, on the election day. Abba, I'm not going to fold my hand now. I'm sure nobody who came out there will fold their hands. So at the end of the day, what we are talking about here, hello, can you hear me? Hello, I'm on live broadcast. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry guys. So I am sure nobody's going to vote their hands. So the same thing is expected from Nigerians who are going to be voting in Lagos, who are going to be voting in Imo, voting in Kaduna, voting everywhere. Okay, they stay, because it's important for the young people, elders, pregnant women, maybe most of women who are not strong enough. After voting, you can go home. But it's advisable for every young person, once you don't vote, clear space. Don't go home. Hang around. Ensure that the final result on that particular unit, okay, you get them. You write and keep. If the possible, don't say you want to take a snapshot of one. Take them. Post it online, safe. We need to spread all of this information. Before INEC even say this is the final result, we should be able to collate and know what the final result is. If anything that comes out different from that, Abba, then nobody's going to be able to talk about what is going to happen in this country, in Nigeria, because right now we all have vested interest in this process. I am saying this because there is the need. Susan Oyelaja, thank you very much for the stars. Appreciate that. That will go a long way. I'm saying this because for those who appear to be dumping, for those who appear to be, I mean, there are people I spoke to today who have told me, man, comrades, I'm not sure if I will waste my time, go vote, and I encourage them. Look, man, let's be happy that this information is coming out. This information is just for us to, you know, double down, you know, on our commitment. You understand what I'm saying now? Like I said, what we have been doing is not a carnival. It's not a child's play. This is serious business. There is a soul of a nation that we have to save. There is a soul of a nation that we have to deliver from the hands of wickedness. Because if people could actually do all of these things that this man, you know, is talking about, you understand what I'm saying now? A few persons would just, and the question he was even asking, who are those persons who have that password to that compromise this process? In his speech, he exonerated the INEC chairman. As a matter of fact, he even alleged that the INEC chairman, there's a grand plan, a grand design to even remove him from office and put somebody there who is not credible, who will just give into the building of the ruling party, the APC. I think I have somebody joining me now. If you want to join, just click on the link and follow and join me. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, I can hear you. What's your name, sir, and where are you joining us from?
My name is Tim. I'm joining you from Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Mr. Chema, welcome, sir. So what do you have to say? We have a serious matter on hand.
Well, my brother, ever since I got this information yesterday, in fact, throughout last night, I was not able to sleep. I had to be hearing the speech of the news conference by the CU people. But my worry my biggest worry is this: what's this conspiracy of silence by the? There seems to be a conspiracy of silence from the mainstream media.
Yes.
You know, this kind of heavy weight information will come out in the ACB. They don't want to talk
Mr.
about
Chima, sorry.
it.
Could you just hold on? Could you just hold on a second? Let me take this caller. Just 1 second. Let's hello. Hello.
Hello, my brother Alante.
I greet you, sir.
God bless you for the two you did.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. About the issue of the election issue.
Yeah.
Yes. This was what MK Abiola did, and Obi must take a cue with it.
Okay.
You know what? My brother was his personal secretary.
Okay.
And this was what they did.
Okay.
Before even the campaign started, he has already mapped out some guys. They were there. Their job was to prepare the immediate audit of the vote of the voters register. That's number one.
Okay.
They matched the voters register with the population of every area.
Okay.
For instance, now, if you listen to what Barrister Kenga was saying,
Yes.
that Uzok, he's the village of
Yes.
the governor of Imo State.
Yes.
And they saw a place of about 6,000 people.
Jump to 46,000.
Came out with 46,000.
Yes.
You see what is there now?
Yes.
Now, what will be, they should now look at the area, see the new figure, and match it with the area. That is where they start raising their petition. A petition should not be raised after election. No, it has to start now.
Okay.
They will start discovering the fraud within those areas and putting them in the news, putting them before INEC.
Yeah.
So INEC will not be placed on their toes right from now.
Yeah.
That was what MK Abiola did.
Yeah.
To checkmate the fraud, the rigging.
Yeah.
You can see that Abiola's election was, apart from being free, was without flaws.
Yeah.
Because there were people on ground who started discovering what Professor Musu at that time didn't see.
Yeah.
So there are some INEC members, like now, we discovered recently that APC members were made INEC commissioners for states.
Oh yes, it was very contentious. Some of them have not been not been cleared now. Yeah.
Another thing that the obedient family will do now is that the Labour Party must do is INEC should bring out the polling stations now for verification.
Yes.
Because so that later there will not be fictitious polling booths.
Yes.
We must be verified even right now. INEC cannot say they don't have the list of their polling booths ready.
Yes.
They have it.
Yeah.
So let them release them. Then every political, it will help the Labour Party to know who is going to stand in there.
Yeah.
At every point. These are going to be the way. Now, another question I have. One question I have is the PVC cards that we have dumped. How have INEC remedied those PVCs?
Well,
because
go ahead.
You remember the PVCs that were dumped in the gutter that somebody found?
Yeah.
Another one that was found in the garbage dump.
Yeah.
In the east, yes. The PVC meant for people of Kwere and south towards rivers area were found in Lagos that were dumped.
Yeah.
How have those been remedied? Because they said they're about numbering over 1 million cards. Those are for people. So who knows? The ones from the south that were dumped in the north.
Anyway.
That is why if you check my posting, what I've been posting is that the 2023 election is between the Nigerian youth and INEC.
Yeah.
Not between the political parties. It's between INEC and the obedient family. So the obedient family should take their stand and ahead of INEC.
Yeah.
It is not by us talking in this. I know how much I've sent out now for the printing of T-shirts and this aprons and all those things and hats to people. At least, if I've not spent anything, I know that I've spent over $1 million.
Yeah.
But I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we must go ahead of INEC.
Yes. Yes.
So, my brother,
thank you very much.
Keep
sir.
the flag flying.
Thank you, sir.
May God bless you.
Amen. You too, sir. Thank you so very much. Mr. Chima, sorry, man. We need to, these opinions are very important. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. It's all right.
So,
it's all
yeah,
right.
go ahead.
Like I was saying,
yeah.
I said that there seems to be a huge consideration of silence because
yes,
in a normal country, this should be the news. In fact, there's nothing else that should have been the topic in the country today other than this. Because why we not had anything from INEC, I mean, to tell us what's going on. Even the party that claims to be the main opposition party, are they part of it too? Because from that news conference, they told us that this shenanigan happened in 18 APC states. Is it a question of okay, take 18, I'll give you 18. That's 18 plus 18 is 36. Is it what is going on? Because they should be normally they should be the one carrying it on their head. What is actually going on? Because me, I don't understand. We are talking of INEC, the umpire for this election campaign. Remember, campaign have not even started.
No, on the 29th or so, at 28th.
Yes, campaigns have not even started, and we are hearing this. What is going on? If I tell you I have the answer of what we're going to do, I don't have the answer because I'm just since yesterday. This is just what I've been thinking about. All these things they've been telling us, Beavers did this because this is as people are Nigerians are struggling. Many people that have never voted before trying to register. Some people are already doing all this. And what annoys me most is the sheer arrogance. You see people coming to tell you we are going to humiliate you at the polls, and people are asking what's giving these guys the confidence. You have seen the
confidence, absolutely.
You've seen the way the country has been run for the past 8 years, and they come out publicly to tell us we are going to humiliate you. We are going to. This has been their backbone. This has been their backbone. They couldn't just people like Oshomo. They couldn't just hold themselves because they know what is going on. Because even the INEC chairman, I'm not going to exonerate you. In a normal country, the man should just resign here and then. Because you can't tell me that all this went on, even if you're not part of it. But remember that this happened under your watch. That means you're incompetent.
It's a huge concern.
I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about the election umpire here, INEC. And all this went on under them for months. My brother, I don't know. I don't know.
I think I really align with, because since morning I have been trying to I've been looking around everywhere. I've listened to the mainstream news. I've been browsing the internet, trying to look at the headlines, Nigerian news, the print media everywhere. The conspiracy of silence, because right now this is a very this is a very serious matter. Expectedly, people should come out and start responding. I expected INEC to come out and clear the air to say, oh, what Barrister Ikega has released information is not true, it's unfound, you know, to dispute it or to tell us, okay, so things are under control, give confidence to Nigerians, or the states, the ruling party indicted to come out and say, oh no, this is not true, we don't have a hand in this and all of that. Even PDP, I expected them to say, okay, now that this has come out, oh, is this the plan? So I don't really understand the conspiracy of silence, like you mentioned, because and that's why I came out this evening. I said, man, I wanted to see what the atmosphere is going to be like today. Everywhere appear calm. People are just going about different other things. The people I've really talked to today, I've talked to lots of obedient, members. A galaxy of them are saying they've lost faith. Some of them are even saying, I mean, somebody who is mobilizing seriously, he lives in Germany. He has told me that, in fact, he has even bought a ticket ahead. You understand? He wants to be in Nigeria. He's telling me right now that it looks like he doesn't want to go and waste his time. He wants to cancel his ticket. These guys, they want to do it the same old way. And that the hope he has been having is the hope of the fact that this process can actually galvanize that change. But the way it is looking, these guys, they are going to rig the election. That's their confidence. And I mean, it took me a while today to talk to him, convince him that, look, we should be happy that this information is coming out now. It means that we need to gather our loins, more and embrace this process. I mean, you cannot just be beating a man every now and again. I mean, I expect that it's going to continue like that. So, and I imagine that many Nigerian, many obedient followers right now, they are dampened, they are weak, they are confused. I'm just picking up the spirit to say, man, look, we've got to hold the line and put ourselves together and just push on. You understand what I'm saying now? I think that, the last caller just now talking about fictitious polling units, that's one thing I think what's it called? The Labour Party needs to equally watch out. Nigerians must have know all the polling units, that election will be taking place before election day and all of that, and I can tell you that the revelations we have right now, there may be more things that we don't yet know that is part of the plans. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because in that news conference, they were using just one state as a case study. That's Imo State. Some people are even saying in states like Canada, there might be alleged the extent you guys can go. I think at this point in time, P2B should realize that he's not just leading an ordinary political party now. There are millions and millions of Nigerians, even non-Nigerians, all across the world that are just hanging their hope. They are just, in fact, many prior to this time that have lost hope on this country, that just said, just for his sake, let's give it a try. I think they should guide. He should not realize at this point in time. If I must recommend anything, because I don't just know. Because it's a huge bomb. It's just like an explosion.
Yes.
And we know the way to turn now. So at this point, both in P2B movement, especially, not even the Labour Party, they should just guide this movement now. Tell us, what do we do? What do we do now? What do we do now? What should we? Because I wouldn't want on that day we'll come out. How do you fight this? Because you can't. People, I know people are going to, even many people that have never come out today, they said they conducted an opinion poll. Me, I believe that opinion poll is a distraction, because it's a distraction for us to divert our attention to leave the main issue. Why are they bringing it out today? They say premium times. From premium times, I now have a Rice TV opinion poll. Is that the news? That what should be the news today? We already know in our heart so many. I must tell you, if all this rally that is going on every weekend for people, I can tell you that when you saw the video that come out to rally, they are in any Nigerian city, There must be like 100 that are indoors.
Yes. Yes.
Not come out to rally, but
Yes.
they only have their PVC.
Yeah.
So the opinion poll or not opinion poll, that is not even what we need. If Nigeria is a normal country that the empire believes in free and fair election, we should be talking about opinion poll. What is to do this? This has been their part of their game plan. I will call it part of their game plan because they may have other things on their sleeve. And at the end of the day, what they want to do, they will do this. At the end of the day, they will tell us, say we told you that or you don't have structure. Election is won in the field.
Yes.
That has been their game plan. Because you can't tell me this will go on. We've not had anything other than people like you discussing it like this. It's not the news anywhere. What they are waiting for, the usual Nigerian, a big event will happen 2 days. We'll stop talking about it.
Yes.
I don't know. So the people that have access to the OB people should at this time address this issue publicly. Tell us, because many people are just wondering. Many people inside them, they don't know where to come to now. They don't know.
I did speak with somebody today who is very close to the heart of the obedient movement, and I spoke to him about this whole happening, and we did express that this whole thing has taken them by surprise, and that definitely it is something that the OB team will look at, but I think they are strategizing. So on the part of the obedient movement and the heart of the obedient movement, I probably would understand that they may not hastily come out and address Nigerians, but I think that Peter Obi and of course his team, they need to address Nigerians on this particular matter, because Nigerians need to have a clear direction from the top, from the principal and all of that, but I am not really I'm not perturbed with Peter Obi and of course his team and what they are going to do later on. I'm really, really disturbed by the silence of INEC today. INEC should not be quiet today. You understand what I'm saying now? I am somewhat surprised that even the ruling party that has been so much indicted, they are not speaking to this. If this is a lie, somebody should come out very quickly to refute it. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, challenged by the Saikenga to say this is a lie. You understand? But nobody's. And so the silence, is beginning to tell many of us that, this may be true, because at the end of the day, Nigerians are full of this kind of things. You understand what I'm saying? We've seen it previously. We were only just hoping and believing that with the new electoral act and of course, with the election process now going digital, that there will be less room for flaws. But this revelation right now, for me, I'm not even looking at the revelation anymore. I am looking at what was not revealed in these revelations. What don't we know that is a capacity that they have to read this election? Somebody just called just now and said and hinted on the possibility of these people equally bringing out some fictitious, non-existent polling units and declare results on those polling units. I've said this on air, and I hope that the Peter Obi team will pick something from this. Please, if you are there, you are a Nigerian, you are watching this, and you are part of this process, you are an obedient, family member. If it doesn't take too much from you, just click on the link, on this video and join us, just like Mr. Chima has joined us right now. And of course, let's hear what you have to say. But if not, you can ring in. Let's hear what you have to say, because right now we need suggestions to be out there on air, that we can refer to every now and again and all of that. Because right now, I have put in so much into this movement, so much. Okay, the thought, or anything that will make me think that the process will be compromised. Without sounding immodest, I hardly fight a battle that I don't win. I'm believing very strongly that we are winning this battle. You understand what I'm saying now? But what is giving me sleepless nights, even before this information came out, is what are we yet to do that we have not done? Because the thought that this process may just come and be compromised and result is called in favor of another person that they don't win, as they have done previously in very many elections in the past and all of that, that's a disturbing thought for me. You understand the picture from I'm saying? And if I'm bothered like that, many people are bothered like that, then I think we can put our acts together, put the ideas together. It's not what Peter B is going to do alone with his team. It's what we, on our own, even without Obi being present, we are going to do. Obi is not going to be, it's not going to be around every polling unit. It's going to be in just one place at a time. But many representatives will be, you know, they are going to be everywhere all across Nigeria. And so therefore we must begin to now look at putting on that armor of Obi to protect this election the way Obi himself will protect it wherever he is. I think this is where the matter really is right now, you know, very importantly. So INEC, like somebody has already suggested, before election must release all the polling units and probably should release a register of all, you know, what's it called, Nigerians with PVC across various, you know, polling units and across wards and local governments. I think it's now that come to that. You understand? So we can properly police this election, you know, as much as possible, so that this election can actually be, you know, free, fair, and credible to a large extent. Over to you, Mr. Chima, if you have something else to add, so that.
Just like I was saying, I am still referencing the news conference. You know, they only said that there is a suit, a secret suit that
Yes.
defied a little Owerri High Court or whatever. That is there.
Yes.
But if all this INEC is aware of that suit, why hasn't INEC told Nigerians? It's like they were just, if I didn't get it wrong, I mean, there have been a suit for some time, and INEC is fully aware. We are waiting for the suit to stop from using BBAS. Why didn't INEC tell Nigerians before now that this is what is going on from their own end? So something is the whole thing. I believe that is true, because if this is not true, knowing our politicians, by now they should have arrested the CUPP guys by now.
Oh, yes.
That's what they should be talking about. That by now. So the other, because these guys, they know that in Nigeria, you know how they do election here. When they do whatever they like, at the end of the day, they will tell you, if you are not satisfied, go to court, because they know that the court is equally in bed with them. They will just do their judge shopping that they usually do, find a rebel judge and get injunction, and to them everything goes on the way it is. But these guys, I mean, with the way the country is, they should equally know that what they are doing, Nigeria is not sustainable now. Is it the economy? Where on what basis are they? Nigeria, what's going on in Nigeria is not just sustainable. The money they are telling us, the money that is coming in now, they are using it. It's not even enough to service debt. Is it in the area of security? My brother, with what I've seen in this country, I've gone around this country. I mean, there's no state in Nigeria I've not been to in the past 2 years. So with what I've seen, with what people have been through, I mean, when they talk about security, I want to tell you, I went to somewhere in Nasarawa State, and I met one young guy. He was telling me that the problem they have in their village now, if you go to their village, you will see signs of destruction, houses destroyed. He was telling me that the problem they have in their village now is that somebody will just stay, a man will just stay like this and fall down and collapse and die. So I asked him I asked him why. He said that I should look around. There is no house, no family here. Maybe you've had your brother killed, your sister killed, your father, your mother. Now the problem is that the people that did those things, it's not that you don't know them. That they will, after doing that, people will still carry their house and pass in front of your house. The same people, you know the people that did those things, and you are helpless. That what happens now? A man will just stay. You look at that. You are looking at that. You know people that have done this to you, and you just collapse and die. So you know, most of the time we hear people 20 killed here, 30 killed here.
Yeah.
But nobody even talks about what the people they've left behind, the psychological trauma they are
the
going on.
multiply effect, exactly.
Yes, we don't talk about that. We usually wait for the next one to happen, and we condemn as well. So, what kind of a country is this? And people are still planning. We are just hoping on. I don't know what. I don't know. But on the other hand, like somebody was telling me today, at this time, me personally, I'm spiritual. I'm just praying to God. God help us. That's just what I'm telling God. Just help us, because maybe in the past, if it was in the past, we will not hear this until probably, if we are privileged to hear it, we'll be hearing it on election day or after the election.
Yeah, or after
that's
election, normally.
Yes, that's the time they will not tell us go to court and all that.
Yeah.
So, but it's good that campaigns have not even started, and I commend the CUP guys, because it's really a revelation. Somebody was this after I was listening to somebody who was trying to say, why are they doing this? No action. As far as I'm concerned, those guys are heroes. They've done their own. They've thrown it out there in the open.
They even said that they have complained to the Nigerian masses. Okay,
yes,
it's not the turn of the masses.
It's not just all about them. They've done more than enough, lying in wait for, like they said, for over 4 months, just watching with hardcore evidence, and they've told us this is what is going on. It's now left for us Nigerians to decide how to fight this. I believe we have to our side, but there must be the BTO group should just direct us. How do we handle this? Because I'm trying to imagine you are going for an exam. They told the person, or you are going for an interview. The person conducting the interview is already against you. The people you are going to compete with, and even though you may be the most brilliant or qualified for the interview, because to me that's what is going on. You can't tell me that INEC is not in bed with this. Probably that's why everybody is keeping quiet. They are, in fact, I believe what all of them are waiting for to see how Nigerians react. What are people saying? Maybe you see them now after 4 or 5 days. They may now come out when they see everything are quieting down. You start seeing people like this to scare them and Panika or they will start writing rubbish. So that is I don't know, my brother. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe something. Maybe God is equally against them. For us to be hearing this. For us to be hearing this so early.
Somebody, Light UKP on YouTube wrote this here. He said obedient movement should organize rallies, demand for INEC to come out and tell us what they are doing to safeguard this election from rigging a ballot. That's from Light UKP in the comment section. And Henry Ogie wrote, I'm just picking random this thing. I say what obedient need to do now is carry out registration of membership in every ward across the nation. Okay, people are just already writing to suggest. Okay, Austin Ugbaja has written to say obedient family, let's move on, as God will continue to expose APC and PDP where Baja is still very much reliant on God. That's a good thing, but we equally have to work. From Victor Agbon's way, the obedient family are the one to take the bull by the horns. Yes, that's very correct, because both the ruling party and PDP, have the same plan to rig the election. I suppose that's what he's writing. We should continue to ask INEC to clear the air and investigate. That's very much in tandem with what somebody else suggested earlier. Yes, it's what we are saying, that INEC should come out and address Nigerians on these allegations, because they are very much roped in, And so, yeah, if you're out there, we still have, a few more minutes to go. You want to join this live broadcast, you can click on the link right there. And of course, you are in here with us. Yes, so that we can join hands together to deepen our democracy. This is what all of this is about. But let me, let me play the video a little bit more so that we can listen to what Barrister Ikenga, had to say a bit further.
Mary Felicia against male photos, and also see photos of women wearing hijab yet answering village names in Omuma in thousands. I need to remember that Omuma is Noru East in Osu, where the activities of unknown gunmen is very high, and INEC office have been burnt. Male gender were assigned to female photos, and female gender assigned to male photos. What a shame for a party in power to be involved in this type of electoral treason. It is like that all over the states. In many polling units in Uguta, in Mbano, in Oru East, in Idato South, you will see similar things. You will see that it was passport photographs that were used to register majority of the names found in the register. In words like Obiohia is important for you to note here. There is new polling units in Obiohia where they have the health centers and the Mumebe Manumo, all are contained here. The entire new polling unit, scanned passport photos were used for the registration, including burial pictures. You will see them. They even snapped it from the frame with no shame. It wasn't even a professional work. So, in words like Obiohia, in Idato South, in Isekenesi 1 and 2, all in Idato South, you will find this picture of the piece, but photos that were captured and uploaded to the register with fake names and fake biometrics. At this juncture, it is right to ask some questions to the APC, the presidency and security agencies. Who generated these photos and these foreign names whose real identities are exposed when you search them from the Google? How did the APC and their agents and those behind this monumental fraud get access to the INEC machine with which they committed this heinous crime? How did this person have access into the INEC database to be able to upload these fake identities, particularly where many of them are discovered to be in the new polling unit created by INEC? Furthermore, gentlemen, the coordinator of the illegal registration in Imo State, for instance, was a former INEC staff who was the head of the State Electoral Commission and who has now been promoted to a resident electoral commissioner nominee. She supervised the ICT team that was deployed to Imo State from the pool of centrally trained personnel by the party. Many would ask, how would this affect voting on election day, since INEC has insisted on the use of beavers as the only means of accreditation and voter authentication? This brings us to the second stage of the plan. We have now finally, before I go to that second stage, how would this affect election? If somebody can upload people from Australia, from China, from Japan, people born in 1900, 1916 into the new registration, it means that person has also devised a means to upload pre-accredited figures into the machine to rig election, returning us back to where we were in 2011. Also, we have now finally obtained a copy of a secret suit filed in the Federal High Court, Owerri. We'll give you a copy of this court process. And I want every Nigerian listening to stop whatever you're doing and listen to this. We have now finally obtained a copy of the secret suit filed in the Federal High Court, Owerri, seeking to nullify the use of the beavers machine by relying on a false claim to be made by the Nigeria Information Technology Development Agency and the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy to the court. Our vigilance team has also discovered the second suit filed on the same matter. These copies of both suits are here in our hand. This move was created as a safer option as the alternative. A more risky option is to preload the beavers machine with accreditation figures matching the numbers of the illegal registration and generating results in those areas. That is why you see hundreds of thousands of these fake names and registration were uploaded into the voter register. Note that this would happen in several of the new polling units which do not have human beings in the register. They would easily upload these results with little or no resistance. To make this work, gentlemen, you will recall that there are ongoing agitation by the civil society against Resident Electoral Commissioner nominees who are partisan or associated with entrenched interests in the ruling party. These nominees are to make sure that this grand design goes through. All of them in the APC control states were nominated by their governors. Some are only better shielded than others. Some are only better shielded than others and have not been directly threats to the party. However, the rigging plot ensured that the party has full control of the regs in their state and some other strategic states. Recall also that during the nomination for national commissioners of INEC, there were similar controversies, except for Mrs. Loretta Onochie, who was used as a decoy to distract the attention of Nigerians. Every other person passed through, including Professor Mohammed Sani Adam, who was severally sanctioned by the University of Jos for being a person of questionable character and who has lost the appeal of the Court of Appeal to obtain his sack from the university. The last leg of the plot is also to sack the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, through the courts. A plot that will be accomplished where the man insists or continues as an unbiased umpire. Nigerians, this is the last bridge to protect our democracy, which must not be broken. This should be the red line that this man must not be allowed to cross. We therefore call on the civil society, development partners, election observers, the media, and indeed all men of goodwill to stand up and stand with us and defend Nigerian democracy. Gentlemen, the plot did not just start, and you can also connect the dot better when you listen again to the recent boastful comment of APC governors about the 2023 general election. Most recently, APC governors of Gombe, Kogi, and Plateau has claimed electoral victory for the APC, even when such reasons to make Nigerians to vote for the APC are totally absent. The only reason for their boastful comment is because they are not unaware. The only reason for their boastful comment is because they are not unaware that their plans to massively and technically rig the election have been discovered. We hereby call on INEC to reassure Nigerians that the election have not already been determined. We demand that the Commission makes categorical commitment towards the protection of the sanctity of the ballot and restore the confidence of the Nigerian people in the electoral process. Key issues that must be noted here, which is important. Not only the Commission cleaning the voter register, but the Commission must explain to Nigerians, and not only explaining, arrest the officers of INEC who release the passcode of the because every BVAS has a passcode assigned to somebody. If every BVAS have a passcode with which you will sign in before you upload, whose BVAS was used to upload these Italian and Zimbabweans names into the register? Whose BVAS was used to upload names that contains hundreds of thousands of female pictures but have male genders? Not only cleaning the register, but you must arrest the people who were involved in this Omuma magic. Not only clean the register in Omuma and parts of Imo and the 18 states in the country which have been adulterated, but arresting the staffs who were involved in releasing their passcode for fake registration to be uploaded into the BVAS, and also to find out how they intend to do accreditation. Because if these names are fake, how then are they going to do accreditation? Which now confirms our intelligence that the same people who are behind these mafia operations have devised a system to upload pre-accredited fingerprints into the BVAS to pay for writing of fake results which will be transmitted, and that will make it look like it's a genuine election. We have exposed their plans. We have handed over the concrete evidence to the Nigerian people today, gentlemen of the press as well. And we say you use your voters, and we say you use your influence and your advocacy power to start speaking out today, to unravel how this happened to our register, and to ensure that those behind it are apprehended. As we commend the INEC leadership for cleaning the double registration, we are demanding that they unravel the circumstances that led to outright upload of fake data into the BVAS machine. Thank you all.
Thank you. Mr. Chimo, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still there. I'm still there. Just that the light went off. Anyway,
yeah, okay. I want to thank you, Chima. You've done very well. You are joining us from Port Harcourt, of course, to Nigerians. Please, Nigerians, there is no way this story will not dampen our spirit. There is no way. But the good thing is that, like somebody, a friend of mine always reminds me that power is never given freely. We must, fight for it. If you recall, Nigerians, we've always had this process, rigged. Our electoral process has always been, you know, had always been subject, you know, of rigging and manipulations and all of that. And for the first time, we are trying to move away from that. And so those who are benefiting from the rigging process, you know, the same old people who have been there, you know, who are stealing our collective patrimony, trying to ensure that they weaponize poverty as much as they could, they are the ones in charge of this same process and all of that. So if things must be right, we cannot chicken out. We must fight for our rights. And in fighting for our rights, we must do all that we possibly could to ensure that the status quo change. It's not going to change because we are organizing rallies from Edo State to Lagos State to Ondo State to Kano State. No, it's not going to change. It's going to change because whatever is thrown our way, we are resolute, we are resilient, we are resolved to say this time must be different. We have a country to save, we have a nation to save, and a nation to build. A nation that is potentially the greatest in the world. Okay, the glory of this nation must shine, and it must shine on our collective account. So what we are listening to right now, it's yet again the same old story. Even as we are right here, you know, trying to brainstorm and think of what we need to do, I can tell you that the people who are perpetuating this evil, they are consulting, they are holding evil meetings to see what they can do to compromise the process, because you already know that this election going on free and fair is the president of Nigeria. Therefore, that must not happen as far as they are concerned, because Obi is not in their league. Okay, and so but Nigerians must be resolved. This election must be about Nigerians and who Nigerians decide to vote for. Yes, Chima, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Another thing is, at least we have so many obedience outside the country, and
yes.
In fact, the truth is that I talk to many of my friends outside. Some of them feel that they are on self-exile. I mean, they are on exile abroad. That send them, we in Nigeria send them out because of the conditions here, because of the conditions in Nigeria. So people should equally. At least even before this news broke, I saw Obi. There was the news I saw on YouTube where Obi was addressing the ambassadors of European countries, and one of the things he told them is that they should. I'm sure he had the news before he broke, but I didn't really understand this until after this news. I had to tie it together. He was telling them that they should help us in getting a good leader. That's what the word he said, that Nigeria needs aid, that they should stop giving us aid. That what we need is to have a good process that will elect the right leader, that the country can take care of itself. So people outside should equally help us. Let's keep this in the news. Because that's what I've been strongly. We are not hearing anything. That's what they are waiting. We are not depending on our media. Let's keep it in the news. Let it not be after today. After
that makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Every other thing goes back to normal.
I mean, we on our part. There is no going back. It's already very much in the news. So definitely we continue to keep this in the news, because I don't even know how this can go away. You know, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, really, to be honest, because this is a clear indication that, you know, our struggles, you know, some people are waiting at the end to make it, you know, futile. You know, so at the end of the day, these guys must come. INEC must come and address Nigerians. I don't care what the APC does on this particular subject matter. INEC should address Nigerians, and I think that the UB team too needs to put their acts together and give proper direction to the followers of the obedient movement. It's very important right now because people are just disenchanted. People are angry. people are frustrated and people are helpless in this situation right now. And what worries people even the most is people don't want to commit so much, dissipate so much energy, and at the end of the day, they say, what they came out en masse to come and get is not the result that's going to come out. So that itself is unthinkable, and I can understand that. But I think that we need to be resolved. You understand what I'm saying now, as Nigerians? And no matter what they throw at this process, we just need to hold the line, keep our eyes on the ball, keep looking at the goal, and of course, keep mobilizing as much as possible. Because if the spirit of the obedient movement goes down, it is the end of this process, and it will be the end for another 100 years. So this time, we have to make that difference so that the course of the next 100 years, we definitely come out, better for the entire nation and even the unborn, and of course, posterity, should vindicate everybody right now standing to be part of the obedient movement. I think that's the way I look at it. We cannot afford to waver. We cannot afford to chicken out. We cannot afford to even slow down. You understand what I'm saying? Now we got to keep pushing. It's very important. Yes, Susan is issuing advice here. Susan Oyelaja, my advice is that we deal strategically. One very big advantage we have over them is our analytical skills and approach, which will be very handy. They don't have this. They are like Satan and devil who uses his name, the same old tricks, but we are wiser. Of course, we are wiser. Thanks for that. Yes, I agree holistically with that. So, Chima, just your last word before we round off with this process. Thanks for joining to make this quite interesting. Over to you, Chima. Just 1 minute. Just your last word for Nigerians.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is the time for those that already start to collect their PVC, and I ask everybody, because this may probably dampen people's spirits, and they'll say they are not collected. Those that have not collected may say they are not collected.
Yeah.
So we should equally. That's why I said the OB movement should act timely too.
Yeah.
They should act and reassuring people, encouraging people. Please, it's good that this is coming out in the open. Please, let's collect our PVC that we are marching on. Because I believe in the end, after all said and done, these guys, they are not smart. They are not smarter than us. They can never be. The only thing is that the so-called political class, most of them, what has happened over the years is that they use state resources to suppress everybody instead of using it for the public good. They use it to suppress everybody. And that is how this movement, because if things were going on, in the country, there may not be any need for the movement. We may just do my election for 4 years, normal election, which is done in every democracy. But there's nothing normal about our election now. People are we want the country to work. We want the country to work. We're only saying that Obi is coming to solve all the problems in Nigeria, but we want the country to be on the right track. Let's see that the country.
Absolutely.
Yes, the country is working. There is rule of law. Things look at ever since war was in the end. I mean, you be hearing of NEPA power. This. I mean, the same problem. You don't solve any problem. So we want a real leader to come in and put the country on
the right track.
To support the person. Yes, that's what it's all about. But we equally know that some people are already feeling threatened. And somebody is somewhere saying that they will labor. When they say they will labor in vain, you don't have struggle. This is their own, what they were all cooking. But we are very happy that this came on in the open. But most importantly, OB movement should guide this, because in every movement, there's always a leader. Because the truth is that the mantle has fallen on him. Maybe he just came out as OB, but he's no longer OB. He's now an army of millions, and it should be channeled to the right spot. He should be channeled to he is now the leader of this movement, whether he likes it or not. He's now the leader of this movement. They should tell us, do their own press conference and tell us what to do. So that people will not. Voter apathy is another problem. People may collect PVC, they may not even come out. Those that have not collected, collect. And thank God we still have time. I believe we still have time to let's go and do the voting. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful pleasure talking to you.
Thank you too much, my brother. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so very much. Yes, Nigerians, it's been, the comrade show, of course. Normally, this is not our style, but a serious matter calls for a serious concern. And what we have is a serious matter, and that is why we are seriously concerned about it. The conversation is still ongoing, but we're going to round off this broadcast, right about now. I want to thank the callers we've had. Susan Oyelaja, thank you so very much. Of course, Chima, who joined from Port Harcourt to help, equally throw a perspective to the discourse, and of course to very many Nigerians too that were watching, that were commenting and everything. And of course, we had another caller from the US. Thank you very much. And of course, a few persons too who have, of course, giving us stars. Thank you so very much. May God bless you guys richly. My name is Obedient Comrade Lante Oreahi, GCOO, Grand Commander of the Order of Obedience. I'll see you again when I see you. And I want to say good night to you all. May God bless you all. May God bless Peter Gregory Obi. Of course, may God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.
Comrade Show, Comrade Lante Oriak. This is the Comrade Show.